Our pals, former Senator Claire McCaskill and former RNC Chair Michael Steele are back with me. Michael, you were talking at the end of the break just about the sort of craziness in your party. You have had 126 members who signed on to that Texas lawsuit, and not like all backbenchers. You're talking about Kevin McCarthy, who would be Speaker if the House were to flip. Steve Scalise, who, he did call himself David Duke without the baggage, but he's in leadership. Mario Diaz-Balart, who used to be my congressman in Florida, and others. You can go all the way down. You've had them running away. Kevin McCarthy, Steve Scalise, refusing to make any comments about the Supreme Court loss, just pretending it didn't happen. And I want you to listen to a guy named Paul Mitchell. He is actually quitting the field rather than standing and fighting as his party goes downhill. Take a listen.
As I saw that amicus brief, as well as the discussions over the weekend in the national media, it became clear to me that I could no longer be associated with the Republican Party, that leadership does not stand up and say, the process, the election is over. It's over today. And then I saw the president tweet out that it's not over till January 20. Somehow he's going to continue to combat this. The people have voted. As I said in my letter, I voted for Donald Trump. I supported the administration policies 95, 96% of the time the last two terms. I've been active in the National State Party. But this party has to stand up for democracy first, for our Constitution first, and not political considerations, not protect a candidate, not simply for raw political power. And that's what I feel is going on, and I've had enough.
Michael, if the people who see reality are quitting, leaving the Matt Gaetzes and the, Greg Gianforte, who's about to be governor of Montana, leaving that lot behind, and the QAnon people behind, what happens to your party?
Have you ever seen an orange that's been sitting in the sun too long and it just shrivels up to nothing after fashion? The bright light of democracy shining on this party will shrivel this form of the party to nothingness. I mean, that's the reality of it. It's sad to see good men and women, many of whom I've worked with and known a long time, leave. You have Representative Mitchell here, who served the people, the good people of his district in Michigan for quite some time, deciding this is not who we are and this is not who I am. Leave. And it is, to use the word kvetching, it is a problem that it wrenches at you, pulls at you to try to fix this. And some of us are still trying to fix it because we believe that there is something there to fix. But that like sitting in the sun, the bright light of this democracy, that heat becomes too much. You can't save it. You can't pick it up off the curb. And even when you do, it's not salvageable. So we'll see where it goes. I think Representative Mitchell's statements today says a lot about where this party is headed.
And I'll give you the last word on this, Claire. John Thune, Senate Majority Whip Republican, told Politico, I understand there are people who feel strongly about the outcome of this election, but in the end, at some point, you have to face the music. And I think once the Electoral College settles the issue today, it's time for everybody to move on. That sounds good, but we haven't seen the Senate Majority Leader say anything like that, at least not as of yet. How hopeful are you, as somebody who served in the United States Senate, that they'll grow up?
Well, it all depends on what their political fortunes are going forward. If they're up in 2 years in a state like mine, where the state legislators were meeting today in Jefferson City, listening to Rudy Giuliani go on about just pure nonsense, then they're going to be very careful and they're going to try to stay quiet, or they're going to try to hide behind a Bible verse like Marco Rubio did today. But there will be some like John Thune who will step up and who will state the obvious, and they will be remembered. If the Republican Party survives, they will be remembered for the ones that they were the ones that saved it.
Yeah. Well, Lil Marco, surprise. Wait till Ivanka Trump or someone is running against you. One of the Trump kids is your opponent in the next Senate race. See where your loyalty will get you. Claire McCaskill, Michael Steele, thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys tonight. That is tonight's Reid Out.